All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23 and 1 live stream, special live stream event. And ladies and gentlemen, the live streams have been taking quite a while on YouTube's end to process. So the live stream, in order to watch the playback of the live chat, you might have to wait a day, now. But I will be keeping this up. I usually don't keep my live streams up, ladies and gentlemen, but this one will be up until the end of time. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Hugh, PDF, Giovanni, Cassiano. That's a badass name. I am not going to lie. Sarah, Nola, yo. What's up, man? What's up, everybody? Good morning. It's early. I know it's early on the West Coast. It's 9:50 over here. So 10. What time is it? 7 o'clock on the West Coast. So check it out, ladies and gentlemen. I had a really good interview yesterday. I don't know if y'all have seen it. It was with Menace Monroe, and it brought up a really good topic, and it brought up a lot of memories from what I've seen, because, Maryland is a lot like Virginia. Good morning, everybody. Aw, shit. Bling King, you better not be throwing them hundies. I see them. Sorry. I got this thing trapped up in the wheels of my chair. Anyways, I see it, bro. I see a lot of people in here. Randall, thank you, man. All right, so yesterday, we had Menace Monroe, and let me say this. I am a fan of his music, man. I am. I didn't know that. I only listened to 2 songs of his. It was 23 and 1 and August 8th, I believe it was called. And those 2 are the ones, of course, that I'm going to like the most, because it's about prison. Damn, you can see my prison pomade on my cheek gleaming like Jerry curls. Appreciate that, Randall. But yeah, it brought up a lot of memories. Especially hearing some of those songs. And we're going to talk about some of those memories. And I got something extremely funny for y'all to hear at the very end. I might have some funny things along the way, but this is going to be a story time. A few stories to put stuff into perspective for y'all. As you all know, since the beginning of my channel, I've always been against joining a gang, but I do know that there's very respectable, wise individuals. I'm just trying to cross my T's and dot my I's. I don't want anybody feeling sensitive about this subject, because there are some really good individuals that are still a part of that gang life. Whether they're retired or not, they still hold true to what they began with, okay? So don't take it personal why I don't like gangs, but this is a funny thing. And please do not forget to smash that like button for old death. Evan is a new member. Welcome, Evan. Welcome to the fold, my friend. I have a lot of gang members on the show, and people probably say, hey, why do you have so many gang members on the show if you're against it? Well, I've said it once and I'll say it again. When you go to prison, that's pretty much what it's about. It's gangland in the majority of prisons across the country. And a lot of people end up joining gangs in prison, and we're going to talk about that in a second. And trust me, I had every opportunity to join a gang in prison. Trust me, okay? You don't think they would have wanted someone as cool as me on their side? But nah, man, even when I was pressured by some head honchos and really trying to be persuaded into doing something or joining something, I stuck true to my values, and I always answered the same way, man, the same damn way. I said from the beginning, I said, hey, look, no disrespect to you, man, but I'm not a perfect individual. As you know, I'm not a perfect individual, but I'm living a spiritual route. I've always said that. Even in prison and jail, I've always held true to my spiritual religious beliefs, and that was a huge factor in why I didn't join certain gangs, because I don't want to do bad, And in the prisons I've seen, gangs do a lot of bad. A lot of bad. And, you know, I didn't want to be no parts of that. You know, I've seen the dirty side of it. And, you know, that's what I want to talk about. Gangs from state to state, dropping out, joining another gang. I've seen all this stuff. I'm going to tell you stories of it. All right. But consistency, man. Consistency is key, right? And one thing I've seen in prison was with the gang life was inconsistencies. And I've seen people get hurt that they were friends with just the day before. And that's when I seen that, that was probably the major deciding factor in why I didn't join some kind of organization. Let's see here, man. Where to begin? Okay. Like I said, I had a guy on yesterday. He said he jumped from one gang to another and then decided he didn't want to do that gang life. Okay. Now, I've seen that so many times, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen it so many times. You think it's not common, but it's common. I've seen guys. Check it out. I was in prison one time. No, this was jail. I was in jail with him. And he was banging, you know. I'm not going to say what organization. I'm not going to do any of that. But he was gang banging. Appreciate that. The life of JT. I did it, Josh. Monetized the YouTube channel. That's what's up, man. Congratulations and salute to you, my friend. Get that money, my friend. Work hard for it. So I'm not going to name the organization, but a guy that I was close with in jail was banging for a certain group. Now, we leave prison, and he's well known in the jail. You know, he's like kind of like a little head honcho in the jail for that organization, right? So he leaves first, and I leave about 2 weeks later and get shipped out to the penitentiary. And when I get there, oh wait, no, I left first. And then 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, he came into the reception center right before I left. So we were seeing each other for the first time again in reception. Now, this guy had all kinds of little hoodlums or whatever you want to call them, putting in work in the jail, robbing people and doing stuff like that, you know? Now we get to receiving, and this individual, he's playing undercover. He knows I'm not a part of shit. He knows I ain't gonna say nothing or start no drama. He knows what kind of guy I am. He comes up to me and said, man, there's a lot of so-and-so in here, man. There ain't none of my homies in here, pretty much is what he's saying to me in different words. You know, he's like, ain't none of my homies in here, man. So the whole time, check it out. The whole damn time, this dude was quiet as a jaybird. I don't even know if jaybirds are quiet, but he was quiet. He was quiet as hell, and he was wide-eyed looking around. He didn't know what was going to happen, you know, because he didn't know someone was going to notice who he was and what he was running with, because he didn't have probably two homies in that shit, man, that maybe he knew about. And one day, he started hanging out with these individuals that weren't even a part of his organization. Appreciate that, Seth, the $5. I'll read that in a moment. Please don't forget to hit the like button, all of y'all, in this early morning. But a few days later, before I left the receiving, he was chilling with all these guys that were a part of his rival organization, I guess you could call it. And sooner or later, he became one. You know, and they had no idea. In all actuality, I could have ran my mouth a little bit, and dude probably could have lost his life in that damn reception. It was one of the worst prisons I've ever been in, you know? I mean, it was just treacherous, man. It was treacherous. And but he switched up, you know? And that is a common occurrence. I've seen another guy switch up before too. I'm going to talk about that. That didn't end well for him. And I don't know what happened to this individual. We left reception, and I never seen him again. $10 from Michael. Thank you, man. Thanks for the happy birthday the other day. Anytime, my friend. Anytime. And likewise to you. You know, and this is some other stuff. There are gangs, actually. I've seen gang members that if it varies from state to state. Everything varies from state to state, right? And who's in the prison at the time. Let's face it, some prisons in some states, the gang life is much, much, much more serious. And I believe the individuals before they join it know this stuff, But let me tell you, take you a trip to Virginia, man. Virginia, or maybe in other states, because I heard in the comment section that happens a lot in Maryland, And I've told you stories about shit that is bogus. A lot of gang members will tell you it's bogus that I've seen, like the 8-ball, forming an 8-ball, an alliance between two organizations that, and then you hear people say, oh, that 8-ball is cracked. That was never good. It was never good, Well, guess what? In this state, it was good at one point. Because I've seen it happen before my eyes, and I'm sure it's not any good now. You go to prison now, you probably would never even hear that shit. What I've seen in prison is a lot of false flagging, a lot of people joining organizations for simply protection. They don't have no kind of meaning to them, no kind of positivity at all. It's pretty much for protection, or they think it's cool. It is very watered down. The places I've seen, but some, let's say some individuals, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of individuals, I ain't gonna lie, they're solid as it comes, man. They will ride out for their organization from beginning till end, and that's what it is. Even in Virginia. Now, I'm gonna tell you another story. There was this guy. This is how crazy the gang life, from what I've seen. Okay, there was this guy that was a part of an organization, and he was undercover. Undercover joined another organization for that organization to bring back intel to that organization. I don't know. I'm not going to put out the terms for him, but he was like a spy. Let's put him like that. He was like a spy. Now, the guy that he was, the gang that he was spying on to take the intel to someone else, most of his homeboys got into it with some other shit going on that had nothing to do with that. And they got shipped. So he was pretty much there alone with like 3 other of his homeboys, right? Now, this is how crazy it is. One of the guys that were not left, that did not leave the prison, one of those 3 or whatever little small numbers, that guy broke. He broke, and he told dude, that guy's undercover. He's working as a spy pretty much. And the whole reason behind it was because he was trying to jump ship and join that gang, right? Now, it bit them in their asses. They were playing along with it. And see, this is the prison mind games. They'll think you're your friend and all that shit. Don't play that game with me. I know when you playing that, I want to be your friend, I'm here to help you type bullshit. I might feed into it, but I know it. I know it. Don't play me. I know you probably screen capturing all my shit. Don't play games on that. Just because I'm a nice guy don't sleep on me now. I seen it all. But that's what they'll do. They'll play the kind role, the friend role. And yeah, you can join our gang, open hands. We've been kicking it for a long time. Carol Bridge, thank you. Happy birthday to not me, it's to the other guy. Thank you though. $14 means a lot. But anyways, they let the guy in, and then dude told, who was a spy or whatever. And like I said, this shit never really happens in some states. In some states it does. This is why what I'm showing you, what I've seen, why it's horrible. But anyways, the guy told, and that guy got dealt with, right? That guy got dealt with, but not as bad as the guy who actually tried to flip ship and told on the spy. You know what I mean? Because it was crazy, man. Now, when this guy, the guy that, I know it's complicated, it sounds a little crazy, but I'm sure some people will be able to piece it together. The guy that jumped ship and told on the spy, they got him worse, right? They knocked this dude out, okay? And this was in a pod. This was in Greensville, as a matter of fact. This was in a pod, and it was just like 60 Days In. It had the stairs going up to the second floor. They knocked this guy out. Dragged him out to set. Well, I knew he was knocked out because he wasn't moving. He was unconscious. They dragged him out the cell and dragged him down the stairs. His head was bouncing off the stairs like deep, 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 deep. And they dragged him right in front of the Sally port, left him there. Left him there, swelled up. Luckily he didn't get his life taken because that prison is filled with lifers. But they dragged him all the way to the freaking front gate. And I'll never forget the dude's head just bouncing right off the stairs like it was a sack of potatoes, But he got, and he was trying to jump ship to another gang, but they were playing into his shenanigans. The other guy, he got pieced up and he checked out, but he didn't get as bad as the other dude. You know what I mean? There was another situation. This was about a big ass white dude, man. Big white dude. He's the one who tattooed prison across my shoulder blades. Right? I don't even remember his name. Ego, what's up, man? Just copped a lockdown shirt on Teespring. You that dude, Dad? Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I love the support, man. Buying those cheap t-shirts, believe it or not, adds up. Can you imagine if everyone donated $1? That'd be crazy. It'd be like 400,000. Oh, that'd be nuts. But anyways, look. This was about the guy who tattooed me, man. And this is when I really decided or knew. I said, man, this gang shit is for the birds, man. It is messed up, I've told this story many times, not this one in particular, but about this individual who came in the block and changed everything up. I've seen it 2 times, but this time was really serious, really serious. A new guy came in the block, got up with his little amigos, and obviously he was some kind of head honcho because he coordinated everyone. Everyone was peaceful. Everyone was peaceful. Everything's going good. And then he comes in and he structures all these little soldiers, I guess you could call them, and it becomes very militant. He has guys standing all around him at the card table while he's reading his newspaper or drinking his coffee. Like he's a damn official corporate leader in there. Like corporation leader or some shit. So. He's got these bodyguards now surrounding him or posted up, and he's sipping his coffee. And I never forget, he pulled me to the side, and I went to that table. I said, "Oh God," someone came up to me, said, "Hey, so and so wants to talk to you." So I'm like, "Shit, here we go." I knew it was only a matter of time, man, and I can only imagine it was one thing that it could be. Hey, tattoos or something. And I ended up tattooing this guy. And it was a hell of an experience. I'll never forget that shit. But anyways, I go to that table. He starts talking to me and stuff like that. And I'm on edge. I don't know what the hell's going on. But I know that's something that's not bad because I'm sitting there talking to him. He called me to the table. Now, if it was something bad, they wouldn't have talked to me. They just would have smashed me. You see what I'm saying? Now, after that talk, we talked about tattoos and some other stuff, man. Some other stuff. And I went back to the cell, and the guy that tattooed prison across, he was a big ass white dude. He had skinhead too. He had bald head, and he had spider webs all over him. I didn't even know what the hell this dude was. I didn't ask him. I never asked people really, "Hey, you gangbanging?" There's no need for me to ask that. No need at all for me to ask that. Chances are, by all the tattoos he had, he had weird tattoos. He had spider webs. He had like tray dots on his hand. He had a lot of stuff that could have been running with someone, man. So I didn't ask. I just felt like he was a cool dude. We had good times. Me and a couple other guys, we would chill on a regular basis every day. We built tattoo machines. We were testing out new techniques, soldering multiple needles to it to make shader needles, and we were just having fun, drinking coffee, smoking every now and then. And this dude came in the block, like I said. Now, it's tension, right? Now, this guy, I could tell, he's starting to recruit. He's starting to recruit people. And this big-ass white dude, man, I'll never forget it, man. The most happiest, humblest guy I've ever seen in my life, man, to be that massive. I'm talking about he was like 6'7". His dude was huge, almost 7 foot. A huge dude, man. Not muscular, but just big Country white boy is what he looked like, man. Cornbread fan, And he went up to the cell. So dude called him up to the cell. I'll never forget. He left the cell and he's like, oh shit, here we go. As he left the cell. So he went upstairs and he came out a totally different person. Totally. He wasn't my friend. He wasn't nobody's friend no more. He was a part of them. Didn't talk to me no more. Didn't talk to anyone really. He was just out there doing what he was told. So just within that instant, he switched up from becoming someone that, I really enjoy being around to someone you don't know what he's going to do to you, and this dude's huge. You know what I mean? And it's that easy to join a prison gang from what I've seen. You know what I mean? I don't know what he had to do. Maybe it was what followed up afterwards, his initiation, I guess. I don't know. But one of the guys that we chilled with as well together, they went in there and acted like he was his friend, and he beat the shit out of him right in front of me. Beat the shit out of him. And then when it was done, tells him, hey, man, I had to. And that right there was the lock, signed, sealed deal. I was like, I am never going to join no kind of gang ever in my life, man. This shit's so crazy. And then I was really mad. I was really, really furious. But I knew if I did anything or stood up or ran in the cell while this was going on, I'm going to get got, But as soon as it was over, I knew what was going on because I could hear the meat. You hear that, you know what's going on, And dude didn't fight back at all, man. Never forget him, man. I went up to his cell as dude was walking out. I'm looking at him like, and I go in there, I said, damn, man, what happened? What's this about? He goes, I don't know. I didn't do nothing. That's all he kept saying. I didn't do nothing. That's what he kept on saying, man. And I was so furious, man. I walk out the cell with a mean looking face like I'm ready to do something, right? And the guy, the head honcho, he pulls me to the side again. This time he comes up to me personally, pulls me to the side. He goes, do we have an issue, man? It took everything in me to say, nah, man, I'm not about to say, hell yeah, we got an issue. I might not have been here right now to this day. But I said it like this. I said, nah, man, I'm just trying to figure out why our friend just beat up my other friend. That's it. He goes, don't worry about it, man. We're handling some things. Just don't worry about it. All right. And it is what it is. I walked the hell out back to the cell. I said, look, man, it's some gang shit, dude. It wasn't nothing to do with you. And then dude said it too. But it's crazy, man. We were just best of friends, and then from there on, we would see all kinds of weird shit happening, people getting robbed. I mean, the pod was just changed dramatically, gang life. But, it's a common occurrence. A lot of people can go into prison, join a gang, and they're already part of a gang. Believe it or not, you hear people say, oh, they'll know about you. They'll hear about you, dog. They'll hear about you. It's not like that all the time. You can slide. There's plenty of people that slide under the cracks, at least in the state that I've seen. There's a lot of people that can slide under the cracks and act like they've never been a gang member or join a gang after joining a different gang before, set tripping, whatever the case is. There's a lot of individuals that float underneath the cracks. And these individuals are usually the ones that got like 2 years, 3 years, because you can do your freaking time. You can bob and weave. Look, there's all kinds of bob and weaving techniques in the penitentiary, ladies and gentlemen. Trust and believe. You can get out of crazy situations at the drop of a dime, and it ain't like, some states where you gotta leave and debrief and all that shit. No, you can just go up. Man, I've left the block many of times, not because I was trying to run from something, but just to get the hell out of there, and it's simple to leave the block. And I made a video on that and how people can do that. I'm not saying you should. I'm just, this is what I did. But people can fly under the radar very easily in lockup, believe it or not, especially over here. There ain't no paperwork checking. There ain't none of that shit. There's chomos roaming around and we have no idea who they are sometimes. That's just how it is. And people don't really stress it like talking about. Frank, thank you for the 10-piece. Hey, bud. Hope all is well with you. Thank you, man. It is. Please forgive me. I got to light up. Drank a lot of coffee this morning. But yeah. And dropouts. Let's talk about dropouts for a second. I have no problem with dropouts. None. If you do it for the right reasons. I believe every gang, if someone wants to leave for the right reasons, they should be allowed to. That's how I feel. Because, the dude said it the best yesterday. He said, I was 18 years old. Man. You make stupid decisions when you're young. Are you going to be held accountable for that? Yeah, you'll be held accountable for that if but can you not change your mind in life? Especially for something like your family or just not wanting to go back to criminal life? Yeah, you should be able to. And even if there is consequences behind it, it doesn't matter. You're a man. You have a lot of people say you got to live by that code of conduct. You drop out. You're dishonorable. Come on, man. Almost every grown-ass man that was a part of a gang, I always ask him the same question. Hey, would you want your kids to become a gang member? And every last one of them that I've asked has said, hell no. Hell no. Well, why are you still a part of it? If you go into that prison and claim something that you were claiming in this state, and you'll end up losing your life in that prison behind it, why even be a part of it? Inconsistencies. That's like me getting a mortgage loan where the percentage rate changes, annual percentage rate changes every day. You go to one state, same in the prison. You go to one state, you'd be perfectly fine, gang banging. Go another state, you could die. So that's what I don't understand when it comes to the gang life. Why anybody would ever want to be a part of anything that's so inconsistent, And I think that's why, let's say in states like California, a lot of people lose their lives because of this gang shit because they tend to be consistent. You see what I'm saying? It's not really too wishy-washy. You join it, You know what you're getting into, But states like Virginia, stuff like that, a lot of guys join gangs and they don't really know what they're getting into. They've never seen shit. They don't know what to expect. Don't forget to hit that like button, all 900 of y'all. Kyle, thank you. $10, man. And we got a new member. Who's a new member? Kyle. Oh, it is. You're a new member. Thank you, man. But there's so many different scenarios that I've seen when it comes to gang life. It's crazy, man. Undercovers, people jumping shit, people jumping sets, people coming in. I've seen so many guys come in claiming to be a gang member, man. In jail, they're perfectly fine to go to prison. They're all bad. And I've been speaking about this for the longest. Prison is a different... Prison gangs, gang life in prison and on the streets is totally different. Totally different, man. A lot of solid cats that were doing their thing on the streets come into the pen and they become washed up. I've seen so much gang life in my life. It's unbelievable. I've seen so many dirty things. Yes, a lot of people can say there's good things about gangs. Yeah, sure. I could go for that. There's positive in almost everything. Yeah, I'm sure even Charles Manson or Ted Bundy helped a couple people out in their time, but still they done did some wild shit. You know what I mean? That's the best way I could put it for you. There's a little bit of good in everything. I am not going to disagree with that. Okay. But for anyone to say, hey, yeah, I would love for my children to join a gang, it's all positive. It's all good. That's what no, I don't believe if anybody were ever to say that, they're truly a foolish individual. That's all there is to it. All there is to it. Thank you for the $10 decoy, Carmen. And thank you, Metalhead. No self-acceptance. Rob's guitar. Thank you, man. But yeah, that's the truth about it. And you know what else? The tattoos. You know how many people I've seen smash because of tattoos, man? A dude will get a tattoo that might mean something wrong. There's so many technicalities. I ain't even going to get into that part, but there's so many technicalities. It's ridiculous, man. So just remember that if you're about to join a gang, you are in for a ride. Inconsistencies, uh, uh, that should be the number one focal point here. But when you go from state to state, like I said, we've talked about a lot of states. Some states will have a lot of that organization. Some states will have a lot of this organization. And, dropping out and then joining another gang to sum everything up is a very common occurrence. So don't ever think. And, that guest I had on yesterday took some balls, man, to come on here and say that, to say he left one organization, joined another, and then decided to just say no more. When you're young, you make stupid decisions, man. You grow up and you realize this shit's bullshit. And usually the older heads that are part of these gangs, appreciate that, Dave. Because damn, sorry to hear that, man. And when it comes to these prison gangs, these elderly individuals that are still part of these organizations, I can honestly see that the majority of people that are older, I'd say between 30 and 40 years old or older, and they're still holding down what they believe in and what they ran with, these guys are doing positive shit now. The majority of them. It's like they've become a wiser and much more, I guess you could say, politically correct gang member. They wisened up. And I believe it's just because they've already put in their work or whatever. And in their mind, they're like, I've already done all that. I don't need to keep on doing it. Just like me, at one point, I felt like, man, I wasn't a true convict until I made it to this prison or prison in general, But once you do it, it's like you don't need to show nobody or prove yourself. You lived it, you've been through it, and that's all there is to it. I don't know what that was. I think Brittany was about to come in. But yeah, people can wisen up and become a new individual and still represent that organization. But don't join a gang in prison, man. Don't join a gang, period. Be your own self and make some money the right way. But I've seen a lot of dirty things, and what he said to me on that interview yesterday is nothing new. Nothing new. If you go read the comments, a lot of Maryland cats were actually saying that's a very common occurrence. Those two organizations kind of go hand to hand. And I'm not saying that they do. I'm just saying that's how it is, man. I've seen a lot of those organizations click up inside prison and be perfectly fine with each other and ride out with each other. Just like I've heard in some Florida prisons, some gangs will tie flags with other gangs, maybe because they're outnumbered. And if you were to do that shit in another state, you could die. So it varies from state to state, man. You can leave a comment saying, "Oh, it is that and third," but I find it respectful, even though he might have jumped from one thing to another. I find it respectful that he put it down altogether for his family. No problem with it. And I'll have dropouts on this show any damn time I please, as long as I feel as though uh, you're going in somewhat of a right direction. You know what I mean? And I'll have active people on here as well. I got a cat. I should be dropping not tomorrow, but the next day. Seth, yeah, Clover is like AB, man, from what I hear. The guy, I'm about to have a guy who's done a lot of time in New York lockup. He's going to talk about Rikers Island and stuff, but he's an older individual and he is a part of an organization. And, guys like that, that are trying to change their community and work with other organizations to get this shit actually to clean up their streets or their neighborhood. I mean, it's amazing. That stuff I can support 100%, but at the same time, you know the drill. You know what I mean? You know the drill, and there's still going to be dirty sides to the gang life, man. That's all there is to it. I understand the camaraderie in it. I don't know if it's just me, but when I got older, man, when I had kids, camaraderie went out the window. I didn't give a shit about camaraderie. I just gave a shit about feeding my children. And that's it. Feeding them. And everything else went out the window. The clubs, the party scene. I had to cut all that stuff out in order to make sure my family is living the right way. A lot of guys, they get raised in broken homes and they join these gangs and they feel as though, when they have a kid, they just look at them like, hey, how they looked at themselves growing up. No one really cared about them. And then that's how it goes on. It moves forward like that, They think it's normality for them not to have a father in their life. They think it's a normality not to be in a marriage for longer than 2 years. It's not normal. What's normal is getting married and staying with a woman for the rest of your life. Getting married, and you ain't got to. I'm just saying, in my eyes, you get married, you stay with a woman the rest of your damn life, and then in the afterlife. That's how I look at it. Damn. I have so much I could talk about, especially when it comes to that. Jesus, the comment section is crazy. I just read like 5 different. Any experience with ex-cons who are dope fiends getting on 12-step programs? I know you got. God, look, I don't know anything about the 12-step program. I've never been to AA or anything like that. Actually, I think I did go to an AA group once. Not AA. It was some other group. I'll never forget it, man. Hey, I still got a crazy ass funny story to tell y'all, and another prison story. But I'm gonna tell you this story. Look, they put me in this damn group for drug addicts and I was in there for a weed charge. The only drug charge I got actually, I don't even think it's on my record, man. I don't know. I had a weed charge. They said, you know how many times I had to go to a drug abuse program because I kept failing the program over a damn little bag of weed? A misdemeanor weed charge. They kept throwing my ass in these damn groups, right? And I'll never forget. It was like that damn movie Half Baked, man, where a dude goes into the Alcohol is Anonymous, whatever, and he's like, I'm addicted to weed, and they got Bob Saget out on the stage. And he says that crazy shit. That's what it was like for me. I said, I'm just addicted to weed, man. Nothing major. After everyone done went into their life spiel on how the drug ruined their life, I'm just over here smoking trees. They looked at me like, they're about to drag me out the damn group. I was like, man, I'm court ordered. Okay? I'm not here trying to mess up y'all's vibes, man. I gotta be here, all right? Oh, shit, man. And that's how it was, man. And I'll never forget when I first seen Half Baked. I was like, shit, that was just like my group. People were looking at me crazy. And I didn't know what to talk about. Because you got to talk about things. I was telling them, I was young as hell. I was like, yeah, I used to steal all kinds of stuff for weed. And then they're like, this dude got good stories though. But I ended up failing that program and they violated me. And then they tried to make me do it again when I got out. I failed it again. And I couldn't stop smoking weed, man. And then, sooner or later they just killed the charge altogether. I didn't have to do the program no more. But yeah, I really, really want to stress this to y'all. Really do, about this whole thing. And then we'll move on to some more stories. Every state, every city, every county can run totally different when it comes to gang life. One whole state could be false flagging to California, the whole damn state can be false flagging. You know what I mean? So that in itself should tell you right there. Might be a part of something if it is not going to be accepted everywhere you go. Why? That's the definition of stupidity to me. That's the definition of someone that plans on never leaving their town. I want to go to California. If I get locked up, I don't want to go in there saying I'm banging something I know that they're going to kill me over. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to live a peaceful life regardless of where I decide to move in this great, beautiful country. And unfortunately, I am a convict, man. So I always got to remember, hey, I could go back to prison at any given time. My anger issues, I still got them. I can tell just by playing Call of Duty. Look at this shit. Look at that. You see this thing? It's about broke. I punch this every time I lose the gulag in Modern Warfare. Look at that shit. I'm like, yeah, God. But as far as people, calling me things or saying something to me in public, I don't get mad like that. But yeah. All right, let me talk about something really quick. What was I going to talk about? Something funny. I was going to talk about something funny right now. But look, just know this. Anybody who has dropped out of a gang and they're doing better with their lives, come on the show. You're more than welcome to come on the show. Just tell me the truth from the get-go. Let me know the drill. Don't leave me hanging. You know what I mean? And well, actually, yesterday I didn't even know that's how it was going to come out and unfold the way it did, but worked out. Evan Macy from the 804, been clean for almost 5 years after I caught charges. God is good, brother. Yes, he is. He is. Yes. Now let me tell you a funny story really quick. This shit's nuts. I got 2 funny stories. I just got to look at because I wrote them down yesterday. Never had anybody tell you. Oh, okay. All right, check it out. Look, last night, 11 o'clock at night, we turn on the dishwasher. Since we've been on this little lockdown thing, we've been staying up a lot later than usual. And last night, me and Brittany, we rub each other's backs every single night. I rub her back first, then she rubs my back. It's like a ritual, And last night, we're in the living room camping it out. We've been sleeping in the living room a lot lately. Because the kids will be sleeping down there. But last night the kids weren't sleeping down there, except for the baby. And me and Brittany were rubbing backs. And we decided to get down all the way down to the skin, butterball, bluebird naked, So the dishwasher's running, right? The dishwasher's running. We're rubbing backs, feeling good. And then all of a sudden I hear this leaking sound. I'm like, what the hell is that sound, Brittany? And then I hear it. She goes, oh, it's just the dishwasher. I'm like, no, that's something else. So I just let it be. And then I hear the leak get a little louder, right? Well, it turns out we got a clog in the sink in the damn dishwasher, right? So I'm like, shit, Brittany, and it started leaking. onto the floor just a little bit. So we got some towels, and well, I ran up the stairs. I'm butterball naked still. Brittany is too. I'm running up the stairs trying to grab a towel, and then I put it down, and then I open up the dishwasher, and I can see the water from the sink is filling into the dishwasher. Something is clogged, and they're all connected, right? So I'm sitting there butt naked, man, scooping out this dishwasher water into a big ass pot because my dumb ass realized that I'm scooping the water out the dishwasher and putting it back in the sink, and I didn't know that it's traveling from the sink back down the dishwasher because they're all connected. So I did this for like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, there's the water just won't, the water level's not going down. What's going on? I realized, they're connected. Every water I put in the sink is going right back to the dishwasher. So I got a big ass spaghetti thing, and I started dumping the water. I scoop it up with the cup out the dishwasher, bottom of the dishwasher, and I put it in the big pot that we cook our spaghetti noodles in. So I'm filling it up, and keep in mind, we're all butt naked while doing this. I'm butt naked, man. And we have no drapes on our back door doors, and they're like the French doors, big glass doors. Yeah, a lot of y'all have seen them before. And the neighbors, we got neighbors in our back that has all the windows facing us, you know what I mean? So they can easily see in the house. And I don't give two shits, I'm like, let them see. I'm bending over, everything. I'm bending over, scooping up. I'm like, shh, but butterball naked, right? And then finally the pot fills up with water. I'm like, shit, I got to dump. I said, Brittany, open the door. Open the door. I go out in the backyard butt naked at like 12 o'clock at night with this pot full of water. I dump it, walk in like it was nothing. But it was cold. It was cold as hell outside last night. I said, oh, shit. Ah! I said, damn. I said, I felt that was the first time I felt a little awkward about my girth. I said, shit. I feel a little shamed right now, man, but I look crazy as hell. I'm looking crazy. It's freezing outside that thing. It was unbelievable how fast. But look, so I'm doing all this shit, right? This is the crazy thing. We clean it up and it's back to normal. So we get back to, we wash our hands and our feet because, I was outside. I don't want to step on my little bed I got made in the living room. So I washed my feet. I told Brittany she washes her feet. We get to rubbing our backs again, Then the leak starts again. And this time I had no idea. It's dark downstairs, right? So I get up and I'm like, God, this thing's leaking again. How? We drained the whole thing. I guess there's just some water just hidden in the pipes or whatever that slowly leaked out. So I'm walking over there, and no bullshit, there was probably, it wasn't from the dishwasher, okay? Lucy took a piss in the kitchen right next to the dishwasher. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Lucy never pees in the house, man, ever. Okay, so this was the first time I've ever seen, or she has pissed on a rug before. She likes to piss on rugs, man. Like that we have in the front of the door or outside in the front porch. She loves to piss on the rug, but she never usually pisses in the house. She's house trained, wonderful dog. This time she did, and I didn't see it. I'm looking to the left because the dishwasher's to my left, and I see a little puddle. But as I'm walking to it and I try to duck the puddle, I just kind of hop to the side and whoo, butt naked right into a puddle of Lucy's piss. I'm thinking it's just water, so I smell it. And then Lucy is right there staring at me. Oh, pissed. I slid. And this is, I was covered in piss, man. And then I didn't have time to dry off. So all the piss that I slid in is drying up on me because I had to hurry up and get the water out the dishwasher before it freaking flooded the floor again, or it didn't, not again, but I just didn't want to clean the floor a little bit from what it would have done. And so I'm covered in piss. Brittany's laughing her ass off. She's, and it all dried up on me while I was trying to. And the whole time, I'm talking about this was almost a 2-hour ordeal. I'm butt naked, and Brittany. If the neighbors were looking in our back door, which is a very easy thing to do, they would have had a show last night, man. Jesus, it was unbelievable. Trisha Murphy, thank you. Hey, Josh, say hi to my brother Sean. What's up, Sean? Stay out of trouble, my friend. But yeah, Lucy, man, I about broke my back. I was so damn mad, slid in that piss, man. And Brittany's done that before too. She was doing laundry at our old house, and Lucy pissed right behind her while she was doing the laundry. It's almost as though she sets this shit up, Lucy. When she gets mad at us or something, she'll piss on the floor. It's like she's human. She knows how to get to us, man. But this time I told a story about that. She slid in it and she actually fractured a bone. It was a hairline fracture. She fell and hairline fractured her arm or something, shoulder, because Lucy's piss. She got us a couple times. So now she's gotten both of us. And another funny thing about me and I don't know what the hell was going on last night, but me and Brittany were dying laughing at this. If you watch my interview from yesterday, right? If you watch my interview from yesterday, he was at the very end, he's talking about spice and them smoking spice in prison. And out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, he didn't get off the sink for 30 minutes, and then it cuts. And sometimes I watch a video over and I'm like, damn, why did I edit it like that? It looks so horrible editing. And sometimes, I'm in a rush and I just don't care, but this one was hilarious. He was talking about spice, and then literally he was in a different position, hat backwards, different lighting, everything instantly. And if you were to go watch it, the very end of it. It's funny, man. It's funny, I don't mean to edit it so shitty sometimes. But I'm a one-man army over here, so I do apologize if shit comes out a little rough sometimes. But it was funny. Me and Brittany were just dying laughing. She said, why is he in a totally different position in lighting and everything? It's like it switched immediately. But that's how it happened. With these interviews, a lot of people's internet connection ain't the best, or, it's just they're in a bad area. So it's hard for me sometimes because I have a lot of good people that come on and I want to interview, but it lags too much. And I can't do that. I can't bring laggy stories to y'all, man. So bear with me. Oh, we noticed. Okay, Nino, my back is just killing me right now, y'all. Had to been from last night. I would tell you something funny a trend that I wanted to start, but I don't know if I should discuss it. It's called sliding home. Sliding home. I did it for the first time last night. Brittany was dying laughing. It's called sliding home, right? She was laying on her stomach. She was waiting to get her back massage and all that. And I said, I started rubbing her back, and then all of a sudden I said, I'm about to hit a home run, Brittany. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm about to hit a home run. I'm rounding third base. I'm going home, coach. I'm going home. She's like, what are you talking about? And all of a sudden I slid from her calves. I had my arms in like a push-up position, but I slid from her calves all the way past her head. I said, I'm home. I made it home. I slid all the way across her whole body, man, and it was just hilarious, man. You can only imagine once you go all the way across past her head where, I slid in home, man. She's laughing her ass off. And I think that'd be funny if you and your girl or, your significant other rubbing each other's backs, do the sliding home technique. Oh, it's funny, man. You got to go all the way through the plate, though. That means from calf beyond the head. She looked at me like, what the hell did you just do to me, man? Slip and slide technique type of shit, man. It was funny, but I call it rounding home. I wish I could do like a demonstration for y'all, but And you got to have smooth skin. You know, you got rough skin, I don't think it's going to work too well. Just saying. Just saying. Back rubs always get the party started or it gets the party shut down. I've had back rubs where I was passed out before she was done rubbing my back. You know, back rubs has been something in our family for generations. You know, my dad used to rub my back. I used to rub my grandma's back. I mean, we are a back rubbing family. You know, there's no, and I say it all the time, you know, I wish I had some kind of android or robot that could just rub my back all day long. You know, a lot of people are scared of, you know, AI and all that shit. I can understand it, but look, damn, man, I would love to have a robot sidekick. I would love to have a robot that looked exactly like me and acted like me. We would be best friends, man. Oh, that'd be amazing, you know? I don't know how we got onto this from gangs, but we already talked enough about gangs. You know, the main thing here is that I wanted y'all to know about gangs is it's very wishy-washy from state to state, from county to county. You will see the most different and most shit that most people could lose their life for, but it's a common occurrence in the state. See what I'm saying? It is what it is. Just like when it comes to PC or SMY yards, people don't have that shit in every state. You know, we don't have yards like that in Virginia. We have PC, but you ain't gonna stay in it your whole bid. I mean, they're just gonna put you back in population. So when you come across channels like mine, you gotta remember it's so different. So different, man. You know, I mean, you could not be in prison and drive into a county and everyone looking at you sideways because they could tell you're a city slicker, you know, and that's what it is. The same goes for prison, ladies and gentlemen, gang life. So if you want to be a part of some kind of an inconsistent stuff like that, by all means, go ahead. Some people believe it's for life. Some people don't care about the it's for life scenario, you know. Watered down, I guess you could say. Yeah, it's getting very watered down. I believe in, you know, within the last 20 years, gang life, it blew up. It was very popular. It's become very popular. But I think now, especially with a channel such as myself, you know, mine, it's starting to people are starting to realize that ain't the cool route. The cool route is what I'm doing, man. Family man. That's the cool route now, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you know. We started a trend over here. It's cool to be a square, oval, or rectangle. I like rectangle. I don't like square. I believe all of us have a little bit of rectangle in us. uh yeah, man. I promise, man. I have lived that life, the fast life, where I just had immense amounts of fun. Okay, before I met Bernie, sleeping with multiple women back and forth. Yeah, it's fun. It is fun, but ain't nothing as fun as living the family man life, man. You know, it might take some time getting used to, but once you're used to it, it's like shit. This is the best route for anyone and everyone. You know. I had another funny story that I wanted to talk to y'all about. What was it? I can't remember. I write things down in my message thing, and I can never really remember what the hell it was even about. I like being a circle now, says Sucker Punch. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to this channel and you haven't heard anything about me, the first thing you need to do, even if you know nothing about me and you're new to this channel, is hit that like button. Because I promise you're going to love it. You're going to love me, man. You know? Hit that like button. Roll death one time. Yeah. And this is the major factor, man. When you're young, you make stupid ass decisions. Can you be held accountable for something for life that you made when you were 14 or 17? You know, people grow the hell up. People's tastes change I hated onions. Now I love onions. I hated mayonnaise. Now I like mayonnaise. I don't love it. I like it though. Can't stand Miracle Whip. Don't bring that Miracle Whip shit around me. I want that real mayo. I want that real Crisco. Good morning, man. Good morning. Lakeisha Hollis. But there are some successful gang members in life, I can almost guarantee they ain't putting in no work no more. They retired, I guess you could call it. And then the beefs between gangs. That's another huge one that's inconsistent. One prison, they'll be beefing, they're rivals. It's on site. You go to another prison, they're freaking cooking and drinking coffee together. Like, you don't even know what's going on in other prison. Like, what the hell's going? Am I in a different damn country? Prison sucks, man. Prison is some shit. If you ever think anything cool about prison, you got another thing coming, man. Shit's for the damn birds, man. It's a bunch of damn liars, crooks, snakes in prison, man. It's sad when everyone you talk to, for the most part, you can't trust. Everything you say will be held accountable. Everything you say will be used in the court of the cell block. Everything you say. That's why you shouldn't say much at all. You shouldn't say much at all. Keep that shit to yourself. Mind your business. And hopefully no one tries to extort you. Crazy life in the pen, man. Does he read these while he's going? I do sometimes when I'm not talking. Chronic Soldier, what's up, dog? Been here for a minute. Love your channel, bro. Keep it rolling. Thank you, man. And Tracy Moore, thank you for $11 too. Tracy Moore, you're exactly what my cop dad gets. Mad I date. What? Your cop? Why? Your cop dad should be proud of someone like me. Should be proud. You did good. That's what he should say to you. You did good. Look at that smile on him. I'd be like, what's up, Dad? What's up, Dad? He'd be like, fool, I just met you. Don't call me Dad. What's up, man? When's the cookout? When's the cookout, Dad? I know what I want for my birthday, Dad. He'd be like, mother, I just met you. Shut up. Stop calling me Dad. I swear to God. Brittany's grandparents hated me. Hated me. Every damn girl's parents I met hated me. Like, I don't want them in the house no more. I'll leave, but I'll sneak back in about 3 o'clock in the morning. Let me tell y'all a story really quick, man. I told it in the past. I think y'all would die laughing from this shit. Crazy situation. This is one of the memories I will never forget. It was just crazy as hell, man. I think I was like 13 or 14 when this happened. MySpace was jumping. Good old MySpace, boy. I think my name back then was like perfect. It was something about a swell. Perfect something. Perfect wave or something like that. Because I was surfing big time back then. Big time surfer. So I'm on MySpace. I'm talking to this girl. And, we're talking back and forth. And I've been trying my hardest to sneak up in her crib for a while. The first time I did, nothing happened, And and we're the same age, of course. We're in school and stuff. And finally, I messenger late at night on MySpace, and I'm trying to set up to where I can come into the house again, right? And she's saying all the right stuff to me. I know a lot of y'all remember this story. Uh, what's up? What's up, man? I don't want to say your name or what you're. Anyways, so she's telling me everything I want to hear, like saying some crazy stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way now. You know what I mean? So I go over there, or I steal my parents' car. And I'll never forget, it was a Cavalier Z24. It was my mom's car. Had a sunroof. It had a sunroof, man. And I stole that shit, and I went over to the girl's house. I found it weird because she told me, come to the front door. But this house was like a mansion. It was a mansion. So I'm like, okay, front door don't mean nothing. Their parents' room is a quarter mile away. It's a mansion. That was another reason why I loved going over there. It was a gigantic damn house. I mean, a mansion. And I went over there. I went up to the front door. I parked the Cavalier on the side of the house because it was like a road that ended right there. And it was like kind of like a court, but not a court. It's just where the road ended. And I parked the car there. I got out. Yeah, a lot of people had that car, man. So I get out. I go to the front door. And right when I go to ring it or knock on it, I can't remember if I even rang or knock or what I did. Some kind of sign she told me to do to let her know I was there. Because I didn't have no cell phone or nothing at the time. I didn't have no cell phone to call her, say, hey, I'm here, text you, hey, I'm here. No. I think at the time it was like Razor flip phones, Razor flip phones. And I had a bunch of them, but they were all stolen and deactivated. I was like, I don't need no damn phone. I got a landline, dog, and it was just old, I'm back in the day. So I go to do whatever I was going to do, open the door or something. And dude comes out the front bush that's directly next to the front porch. I mean, it's her dad. Her dad was messaging me the whole time, baiting me in. He grabs my arm, right? He says, don't move. He gets out the bush, walks around. I'm scared as shit. He scared the hell out of me, right? So he blocks me in very quick on the porch. I'm like, damn, what am I going to do here? I played it cool. I say, hey, man, I'm just, what's up? And he's like, that was me you were talking to. We're going to call your parents. And I was like, God, my parents going to find out I stole the car. Shit. I'm like, nah. I was like, play it cool. And in my head, this is how conniving I was as a kid. I was like, all right, yeah, I'll play it cool. So he grabs my arm, right? I'm like, shit, I didn't expect him to grab my arm. And he opens the door. And he's about to take me inside the house to call my parents. So I yoke my arm from, and I run, get back in the Cavalier. I'm fumbling to turn on the car, man. And all of a sudden I turn it on reverse. This dude had a branch, throws it at the windshield and cracks that shit. I'm like, damn, man. You know what I mean? So I reverse it and I'm driving back with a cracked windshield back home. And I'm like, man, what am I going to do? First, I disconnect the landlines. God, dude, get rid of these freaking clowns. Probably 9 years old, ain't got nothing to do. Please, thank you, mods. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Eric. Jesus, love your channel, bro. From Tampa, Florida. Thank you. $20, a lot of money, Eric. Thanks. So I'm driving back with this cracked windshield, and I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? So I get home, and the first thing I do, like I did from when I was in high school or something, I got in trouble with principals. I knew I was going to have a phone call home, so I disconnected all the phone lines in the house. They ain't getting a hold of my dad that day. So I'm driving back, and long story short, I get into the driveway, and I'm like, damn, what am I going to do about this cracked windshield, So I went in the garage. I put like some random tools out in the yard and a little bit of paint. And I told my parents someone vandalized it. I said someone that don't like me vandalized it. And the whole time they had no idea what unfolded last night. Dude jumping out the damn bush, trying to yoke me up into the house and all kinds of shit. Had no idea. And I don't know if they ever seen the story. My parents seen that story from the past, but I doubt they're gonna watch an hour and 10 minutes to get to this story anyway. But yeah, now they know. Now they know. Uh, that was just a funny story I thought I'd bring your way, man. That damn dad baited the shit out of me on MySpace. Is MySpace even still active? Do they still even use that thing? I heard that they do, but it's like all spam type shit, man. Have you ever tried tattooing outside of prison? Yeah, man. Hell yeah. I was hustling when I first got out of prison. I was hustling doing prison tattoos with a prison tattoo machine. I was going to freaking projects, selling parties, everything with a prison tattoo machine. Yeah, I got some wild stories from that I've told too. Prison tattooing has taken me to a lot of different locations in life. It really has, and it's introduced me to a lot of different people. They might know. Yeah, yo, they might, man. Is there a different lingo from state to state, like up here in Canada? Yeah, man. There's all kinds of lingos, man. Hell yeah, all kinds of lingos. Like them cats from Baltimore. They have a strange way of saying two. They say instead of two, like uh I want to go, or like I would say I want to go to the store. They might say I want to go to go to the store, or shoe. It's weird how they. I kind of like it though. It's pretty cool. Showing support. Thank you, DK. Damn, y'all dropping dingers out here today. Dingaroonies. Yeah, goof. Let's say some terms that you wouldn't hear that you might hear in California is goof or J-cat. I've never heard of any of these terms uh, when I was in prison. Gangs too. I never heard of DMI. I never heard of all these Aryan groups. I've never heard of any of that stuff. When I was in prison, it was Bloods, Crips, and GDs. Latin Kings. Latin Kings was a small number, very small number, but from what I've seen. But GD's, Crips, and Bloods, mainly Bloods, is really what I've seen. And the amount of white dudes gang banging in prison for those gangs, I'd say probably a 2 percentile. You know what I mean? I mean, you might see some guys, but in jail, but when you get to prison, like I said, it's a totally different game. And a lot of these white guys that are joining these organizations, I've seen some serious damage done to them as soon as they step foot into prison, claiming to be something that they're not, or claiming to be something that they are, but in their eyes in the penitentiary, they're not. So it varies, man. It varies from just jail. Yeah, there's some vice lords in there as well. Can't forget about them. No, see, this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I talk about how the segregation is, let's say, on the West Coast, and I completely understand it. I completely understand it, and it probably helps a lot of individuals in a lot of ways, from being picked on or robbed or anything like that. I can completely understand it. But the racial tension in, let's say, my state, even though we're not segregated, it's still there. I can promise you, it is there. It will be in every organization, every prison, every jail, everywhere you go. There will be something. And when you get to prison, you got to live around people. That's when you really see how racial people can be. I mean, I've chilled with them all colors, and I've heard white guys say some filthy stuff about, different groups. And I've heard black guys say filthy stuff about other groups, and Hispanic and so forth and so on. But it doesn't really phase me. I'm not going to go run and tell someone they're saying that shit behind closed doors. I'm not like that, but there will be people that will. So that's why I always say you got to be careful what you say and how you express your beliefs or anything. Politics and religion in prison you just don't talk about them things really. It just turns into fights. Yeah, man, it just varies, That's very true. Bell, my back is just killing me, y'all. Killing me. Appreciate that, DJ Fears. But just remember that, would you want to be a part of something that's inconsistent from state to state, city to city? Why? It blows my mind. I mean, you can easily do good for your community without gangbanging. And that reminds me, I got a shout out. Okay, a Patreon. I got a Patreon for people that want to promote their business or anything like that. And this one I'm going to promote more than once a month because it's something extremely positive. And for those of y'all that don't know, I have a Patreon. You can pay $50 a month for me to promote your business. But if it's something that's just god awful, just a horrible whatever you got that you want to promote, I'm going to refund your 50 and I'm not going to promote it. It's got to be something that's going to help the situation, man. Yeah, I seen that, Jose. God damn, dude, you ain't got to. Don't spam my chat, dude. Don't spam my chat. Can't stand that shit. Yeah, that dude talks a lot about cartels and stuff. I would love to have him on the show. But, there'd have to be some, I just want to hear about Mexican prisons. That's what I want to hear when it comes to that. But, yeah, I don't know about that right now. Damn it, Bling King, you did it again. 100 Clippo. That might be, man, shit, dog. One of these days, I'm going to figure out where you at, and I'm going to mail that money plus some extra to you. Arizona, Santa Cruz. Yo, bro, what's good? Just here at work with my brother. Shout out to you, my dog. What's up, man? I hope y'all are doing good at work, and thankfully you do have work. Bling King with the hundo. I knew it was coming. Thank you, man. Thank all of y'all that donated. My door is completely packed just about. There's no way I could put any more names, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to what I'm going to do. I ran out of, that's crazy. I filled front and back up of my door that I took from my old house because people that donate, I didn't have nothing really I could do for y'all, but put your names on a door and remember it forever, and I took the door with me. It's right back here. I took the door off the hinges and left with it. And now it's completely packed front to back, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but thank y'all. And, I got something planned for what I'm going to do with it. Anyways, what was I saying? Damn it. Does anybody know what I was saying before Bling King dropped the hundo? Oh, yeah. Hear my little youngin calling me. I can't remember what I was talking about. I've done a few viewer meetups, man. I've played blackjack in the casinos with viewers. I've met with a lot of people. Oh yeah, Mexican prison. Yeah, I think he's been locked up in Mexican prison, man. But I don't know. I'll talk about that later on. Might happen. Email me, man. If you are watching this, email me. But I do watch his show. Gulag. I'm on PC. No. I mean, I don't know. I like to hear prisons about other countries. Some people don't, but I do. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something on here. I can't remember. Anyways, we're going on an hour and 30 minutes, y'all. So let's just go ahead and wrap. Oh, Patreon. That's what I was saying. Damn, thank you, man. Patreon, you can pay $50 a month to promote anything and everything you got going on. If you're an artist, hey, you know, if you're a rap artist and you really want your name to be out there, and I feel like it's some good music, even if it doesn't have a positive message, I still respect quality content, quality flow. If you got a rap game that's on point, you want, or anything, business, anything, come to my channel. You can promote it. If you're about to go to prison or lock up in any way, shape, or form, you can pay $100, become a patron for $100 for 3 face calls a month. Hour-long face calls, getting any kind of wisdom or knowledge, anything you need to know about prison, tutoring pretty much, and I've had a few of those. But the promotions, I think that can be very beneficial for both of us. I got a large viewing audience, and you got a business that might want to grow or anything, go hit up my Patreon. All right. I don't do anything on there besides that. I don't make no stories. I don't make videos, nothing. I just talk to you, and that's it. And yes, I do charge. I mean, I barely have enough time in the day to take care of myself and relax. So if I'm going to take valuable time out of my day away from my children and my family, I'm going to charge. Don't take it personal. It's business, man. We have turned this thing into an entertainment, to helping, to both, and a business. So it is what it is. Anyone says it ain't about the money 100%, that's false. Trust me. Unless they're just starting. When I first started, it wasn't about the money. I just had a lot of damn time on my hands. But let me shout out this patron, and it gives me great pleasure to shout out something like this. And I'll leave the links pinned in the description and comment section. Keep it up, brother. You do good work. Thank you, man. I'm trying to just spread positivity and keep people out the pen and give y'all some laughs at the same time, man. That's all there is to it. Thank you, Aaron. Now, this is Apex Law Services, okay? Where they receive, stack, and save, then send your legal documents where they are requested to be sent by incarcerated individuals. And this service is free. You can contact them. It's called Apex Law Services. I'm going to leave it linked in the comment section. You can contact them for free and get your paperwork, your legal paperwork. Can't beat that, can you? And I know there's a lot of people locked up, and maybe family members that have people locked up. Inform them. Check it out. Look into it. I haven't really did my in-depth research on it, but I have clicked the link. It looks official. So yeah, I'll leave that pinned in there. And the second thing that he wanted me to promote was something called Allen Service. It's where we help religious or non-religious community groups put together a roadside cleanup project that they run as a community group so that the parents with kids on juvenile probation can bring their kids for 3 hours of community service every Saturday. We help the community groups put their project together for free. So these are two things that are free, and they're helping people that might be on whatever, if you want to help clean up the world for free, and this is a group that you can join. If you got children that are taking the wrong path and got community service like I did, it's for free, so check it out. I'll leave everything pinned in the comment section, description of the video. And it brings me great honor to, be able to promote something like that. I love it. So shout out to him, one of my patrons. And if you've got any kind of promotions that you would like to state, maybe it's just your wife's birthday or y'all just got married and you want to pay $50 for 50,000 people to hear it, I'm here. I'll definitely promote that. I'll promote love. I'll promote love, baby. I remember I was in one more story to wrap this up. I think I was about 12 years old. I was, or something like that. I was on probation, and I got community service for throwing an apple out the car window or bus window. And a story, and what I didn't tell y'all from in that story of my life, and I got another my life story coming up, and this is when shit really gets crazy in my life. I get introduced to guns, powder, all kinds of shit. So um I was in community service for that, throwing the apple out. And I went to it was so messed up. Y'all, this is messed up, right? But I fixed it. I fixed it. So I'm working in this, I think it was like some kind of, like what is that place called with the shield? They have a shield on it. You can drop off all your stuff. Damn. Goodwill. It's a Goodwill. That's what it was. You can drop off all your stuff and, give it to people that need. You can go in there and shop for cheap clothes. Uh, that's what it was. It was a Goodwill, a thrift store, pretty much. So I'm going in there. I'm very young, and I'm thinking about, making some money at the same time doing this. So I'm thinking about stealing a few things. I stole some video games and stuff like that. And then I'll never forget, there's this grandma. She was asking me to help her load and unload stuff out of her car, right? So I open up the back of like this crossover vehicle. I don't know what kind of vehicle it was, but that opens up the back. She has her purse right there. And it has stacks of cash. Stacks. I'm talking about like that. And then another compartment is like that. It was like 2 stacks of cash. I said, oh my God. And I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. But I did it. I stole a couple bills out of her damn thing, man, as I'm helping her with her stuff while I'm on community service. So I take it in, I take a couple bills, I'm feeling good. I'm like, yeah, I'm rich today. Community service paid off, right? And then when I'm done, she tips me $200. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. And I felt so bad that when she turned her head or whatever she did, I went and put the money back in her purse that I took. I felt really bad after that. $200 tip me, So I was a thief from time to time with a conscience. Everyone makes bad decisions. And when you're young, 12, 13 or something like that, you see a stack of cash, you're going to pluck a couple bills. You're going to skim a couple bills off that. No one's going to think the 12-year-old did it, helping at the Goodwill. She doesn't know I've been in there for throwing apples out of the damn bus. She don't know about all that. She don't know I'm a convict in the making. Come out with a beautiful smile. How you doing, ma'am? Yeah, I can help you. Yeah, $200. Gave her money back though. That's just a little story about community service since we were talking about it. Anyways, I'm gone. Kids are screaming out there. I can hear them. Gang life is for the birds, if you were to ask me, man. If you were to ask me, really think twice about joining something that can be very different from state to state, from county to county. Be very careful, man. And also remember this: leaving a gang, joining another gang, or dropping out in general, if you want to do it for the right reasons, a more respect to you, but you got to keep in mind, man, people are dying behind this shit in some states. They really are. So my prayers go out to anybody out there that's trying to change their lives around, but they are stuck in that rhythm and they're scared. It's hard to leave something, especially when you're a hood full of them. You're in a hood full of your homies, and it's hard to leave something. And honestly, you might have to move the hell out the state to get completely away from them. Might have to, man. But there's amazing stories. I've had all kinds of people that left that gang life alone that has been on the channel. We got Sir Dino that came on, a few other people, man. And he's a pastor now doing great things. Amazing stories, but just be very careful. Be vigilant. A lot of people are losing their lives behind this shit. But y'all be easy. Salute to every last one of you who've been supporting me since the beginning. Go check out my Patreon, my Etsy page for all your handcrafted artwork. Just stay positive, man. Stay focused on shit that's going to last. Start saving your money. Start getting ready for a house that you probably never think you're going to get. You might be 18 right now, not even thinking about a house. Start setting $20 aside a day. Start setting $5 aside a day. If you're a cigarette smoker and you can buy a pack of cigarettes a day, why can't you save another $5 a day? Think like that. You can do it. People just don't want to work for it. They want that instant gratification. Trust me, man. Save your money. Learn to save your. If I could give you the best piece of advice for someone that wants to get ahead in life, save your money. Save, save, save. That is the key, I'm telling you, to getting everything your heart desires, boy. Save your money. Do not run up no credit card debts. And boom, you're in there like swimwear, Salvation Army. There you go. That's what it's called. Thank y'all. And be easy. What is it say? Thursday? Thursday. Tomorrow I got a good video coming for y'all. The next day I got a good interview coming for y'all. And we got my story coming for y'all soon as well. Might do a 60 days in review. I don't know. I might be done with it, I just wanted to paint a couple pictures and scenarios for y'all with 60 days in, but I don't want my channel turning into a reaction channel. I told y'all that before, so they're not going to be as prevalent as when I first started doing them. But yeah, y'all be easy, man. And thank everybody for those donations. And thank you, Bling King. The hundo's still up there chilling. Amazing thing, man. Amazing thing.